Hey guys, Adrian Davis here, and I want to talk to you just a little bit about having a happy and fulfilling life. Everybody wants one. Everybody wants a successful life. And when you're sitting here and you're thinking about a successful life, if you think about this, everybody's life, this is a little smiley face right here, is really about if they're having a great system. All right. Now you hear me say everything is about systems. Okay. And I believe it because what comes to mind is after you start to realize either this is working out amazingly or it's not working out amazingly, you can look at your systems. See, people get into entrepreneurship, they get into professionalism in a job, or they're doing something, and then they start to burn out. And people's like, oh my gosh, let me see what the burnout is. I believe that when you're thinking about burning out, a person who burns out is a person who is not paying attention to their systems, or they're in a situation where the systems are messed up. This is why a person burns out. You know, if you look at your life and you realize, my God, life is amazing, usually it's because you got a good system. All right. But on the inverse or the converse of that, if things are not going well, it's probably because you got a bad system. It's just as clear as this. You want things to go well for you, you got to pay attention to what's happening so you can make sure that you got that plus in life versus the minus. I remember I had pretty much lost everything. Back in 2008, 2009, I was dealing with everything being in real estate. I had a for-profit entity and a non-profit entity, and everything was around housing. We was all trying to help, so we were excited about helping people, but the economy had gone down, and I was starting to figure like, oh my gosh, things are going bad. I ended up just needing a job. Now, when I say I just needed a job, I didn't go to school for this particular job. All I did is say, hey, I got a brand new baby on the way. I have to make sure that I keep that baby boy fed. So anybody gonna pay me. I ended up getting an opportunity to work with this organization. And I had an amazing boss. Now, hold on to this because this matters. I had an amazing boss, and my boss would allow me to be a part of something. And the part of something that I was a part of was making sure that I would help the constituents of my state. Now, that's something much bigger than me. However, I don't have formal training. I didn't go to school for that, but I'm very much a part of something. And what that boss did, regardless if he knew it or not, is he allowed me to be a part of something that I call less. Now you hear organizations do something all the time. Say we need to work with we need to do more with less, right? We need to do more with less, and that always feels like, oh my gosh, that's so tough. Well, I'm taking that statement and I'm saying we're going to focus on doing more with less. Now, less you're gonna see spelled a little different. I spell it as LES, right? Without the other S. And the reason why is because it stands for Leadership Energy Systems, LES. And this leadership energy system is all around trying to make sure that you are energizing the people who are working with and for you. And for you, you got to make sure that you are staying energized. And there's 5 major areas to that. If you look at it this way, it's kind of like a star system. This is kind of how we created it, where it's like a star system. And that we'll start with purpose. I think that's a good place to start. Then trust. All right. Then clarity. Then ownership. And then systems. Now, these 5 elements is your less system or your leadership energizing systems. And these 5 pieces right here is what I call the 5 energizing or energizer. Let's see if I can say this. Multipliers. Now, when you're working in this leadership energy system, you look at these multipliers and figure out, am I doing the right thing? Am I energized by these 5 things? You know, anytime anybody's doing something, they really need to focus on that purpose, right? And then trust. Are you trusting the people beside you? Are you trusting your leadership? Are you trusting your vision? Are you trusting what you're waking up to be a part of every day? Then clarity. This is really that piece of, can I feel like I'm ready to go right now, or am I still in that go stop mode, right? And then ownership. Understanding that everything you do really does fall back on you. And if you're a leader, how do you create that for your people? And then lastly, systems. You knew it was going to come back to it because everything is systems. So if you're sitting here with these 5 energy multipliers and one of them are going down, you should be able to look at it and say, okay, this as a process is going to affect the whole system, which is my leadership energizing systems. So guys, this is what I'd like for you to do. I want you to think about this opportunity to be able to work on something that energizes you. Like I told you, with my boss at that time, I didn't have any background into it. I didn't go in saying I wanted to help the constituents of my state. However, he got me involved in things, something bigger than me, something that felt like purpose. And because of that purpose, I would put in time. I would stay in overtime. In fact, there was one time he had to tell me to go home. And the reason why is because I was so connected to what it is. Don't you want to be in a place where you're so engrossed in your work that time is not an issue? You're not trying to figure out, man, when do I get out of here? Your people are not saying, hey, let's get out of here as soon as it turns 4:30 or 5 o'clock. But like, they are engaged, that energized. They want to do more and more. If you're saying, yeah, I would love that, then what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to give a like to this video. I'd like for you to subscribe to this channel, because in my next videos, I'm going to be giving you more things on these systems to make sure that not only you're staying energized, but that your team is staying energized. And this is how you're going to get to this place of success, not only just for you, but for your team. All right. As I always say, early intervention equals lasting results.